This is a short history of the Suzuki DR-Z400. DR, in case you didn't know, stands for dual ride, and the Z stands for Zeta, which is reference to the Zeta DRs that raced the Paris Dakar back in the day. So this is the first one. This is the DR-Z400. Kickstart only, decompressor on the handlebars, and on the fin plate, off-road use only. Trip meter, and kickstart. Parts not interchangeable with any other DR-Z model, apart from the plastics and the wheels really, but the motor is unique. So after the first DR-Z, Suzuki added a electric start, and this is the DR-Z400E. FCR39 carb, bigger bore header on the exhaust, and this is the Y model, the 2000 year. Slightly different motor to the later models as well, and if you can see, trip meter only for enduro use, very limited to switch gear, starter and ignition. As well, in 2000 came the DR-Z400S, which is S was for street, so it's got indicators, it's got a full set of clocks, digital clocks, switch gear on the handlebars. You don't have to have the lights on all the time on this one like the later models, and it doesn't have the FCR carb, it has the smaller Mikuni diaphragm carb. Has a rear subframe as well, which the first two models didn't have. Then in 2001 the engine was slightly changed. This is a Japanese market S. So for the Japanese market they had the smaller headlight from the E, but they still had the same clocks from the S. You can see they're inside the headlamp cowl in the Japanese instructions. Switch gears all the same. And then they carried on after, this is a K4, so K means 4-stroke, and the 4 is obviously the 2004 model. And they just went on like that. 2002 was K2, K3 was 2003, etc. Then in 2003, Suzuki did a joint venture with the Kawasaki. So it was only Australia, New Zealand, Canada and USA, and basically they were badged DRZs, green ones, but basically everything's exactly the same. This is a KLX400SR A2, which SR is S for street and the A2 is the later model. This is a 2004. Also they did a variant, so this is the KLX400R A2, which is a 2004 model, plastic tank, no rear subframe, trip meter, ignition and a limited switch gear on the handlebars, similar to a K series DR-Z. This is a UK spec DR-Z400S, and this is a K4 as well. So differences between the Japanese model and the UK model is just basically the headlamp. This is a blue one. This is the DR-Z400S. This is a K6, so 2006 year model. Nothing really changed, just the paint and the graphics. Then this is later came the DR-Z400 SM. This is a K7, so 2007 model, and the SuperMoto version has a lot of changes. It's got a different swing arm. It's obviously got 17-inch wheels front and back, It's got upside down forks on the front. It's got Renthal Fat Bars as standard. It's got different foot pegs. The wheels are interchangeable, but the discs don't line up properly. I've got a S disc on my Japanese model and with an adapter bracket, but the disc is a bit too small. Then in 2004, CCM brought out the CCM 404. They did a DS and an E, and DS obviously dual sport, and this uses the Australian DR-Z motor, which is the more powerful one, FCR carb, and basically the parts bin from various other manufacturers. The plastics are from Honda CRFs, and the wheels are KTM. Scorpion exhaust is standard, white power suspension, front and rear, upside down, forks, digital speedo like the DR-Z but a different style, Brembo brakes. Basically this is what a Suzuki DR-Z could have evolved into with a bit more investment. Still got oil in the frame like the original DR-Zs as well. And for those of you that remember him, Kevin Schwantz, after he finished racing the Suzuki RGV500, he actually was a SuperMoto rider, and Suzuki built him a DR-Z to race, and this is my replica. Different bodywork. Our Athena 440 kit, FCR carb, hot cams stage 2, but that's for another video. And if you didn't know, Yoshimura also built a DR-Z, a real special one you could order, a lot of money, I think about 24,000, but it was called an M450R, so you'll have to Google that if you want to find out any more, because I don't have one.